is up, guys? Brendan aka Drip back with another deck profile, and on this deck profile I'm doing an updated deck profile on my Galaxy Asthmatica. If you are subbed to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell notification so you don't miss an upload, and join our Discord if you want to become part of Closer to the DD fam. PayPal and everything, links in the description below as well. But with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and get into this video. One thing I will say, first, if you've been following the channel for some time now, you know that I've been playing Galaxy Eyes for a while here recently. I have a lot of different variants on the channel. This one, I'm just really caught on the Dogmatika version that I created. It's really disgusting. But format changes, so since format changes, the deck changes. So let's go ahead and get into it. Starting out, standard, you have to have it. It's like a Cyber Dragon deck, like a Blue Eyes deck. Whenever that, and same with Galaxy Eyes, you have to have 3. Bread and butter, just he does so much. Really slept on, honestly. Like, a lot of people don't like having him in hand. I don't mind it. Because he can be special summoned by attributing 2 monsters with 2,000 or more attack. So if you get caught up in hand trap, you can attribute 2 cards to special, and he is scary alone on field because he's hard to get rid of. Because if he's attacked at all, whether you're doing the attacking or they're doing the attacking, you can banish this and your opponent's card that they're attacking you with. So it's pretty good in its own right. On top of that, if it's an XYZ that you banish off of him, when they come back, of course, because they come back during the end phase, the end of the battle phase or in the end phase, whatever. Whenever it comes back, it gets 500 attack boost, and it can stack too. Definitely, since XYZs are starting to become more relevant now, which I feel like, honestly, we could potentially lead into a XYZ heavy format. Not whether it's this format or next format, but we'll see as we go. But 3 Photon Dragon. 3 of one of the best starters in the deck, honestly. 3 Galaxy Soldier. Can't say enough. He starts everything, but he's probably one of your best starters, honestly. And then I'm still only running 2 Knight in this build. You don't want, in the Manica version, you don't need 3. 2 is perfectly fine. Myself personally, I see this card enough as is. If not, I can just search it. And then for the one-ofs, I did put Galaxy Wizard back in here, which I think he was in my last build anyways. And then 1 Brave. These 2 are perfect way they are. You don't need more, you don't need less. You don't run less. Because if you can't get to Knight, these other guys get you to your level 8s. So it's perfect as is. My number 1 thing I want to do with this is Galaxy Knight Turbo, pretty much. I just want to get Galaxy Knight on board so I can resurrect my Photon Dragon. But if I can't do that, then these guys are where they come in. These guys come into play, where it helps me get into it if I have access to them. And then the last one of is the card that I'll never take out of this. Is Galaxy Cleric. This card is disgusting. This card, if you watch my duel videos, this card just goes off for me every time I use it. I personally feel like any Galaxy deck that doesn't play Cleric is not playing Galaxy Eyes to its fullest potential, because this card carries you in so many ways, so much that it's unreal. This card is the reason why we can grind. It is a threat, and it's just at level 4. It's just too good. But that's it for the Galaxy lineup, honestly. Moving on to the Photon. You have to have it. You can't run the deck without it. 3 Orbital. I can't wait to get the rarity bump on this in January. Ugh, it's gonna be nice. 3 Orbital. This card is amazing. It's the best searcher that we currently have at the moment. Equip it to a Galaxy or Photon, which you can equip it to your Photon tokens. And search. Next, I got 3 Vanisher. Vanisher is probably, my opinion, at least the best special summon, because he gets your Photon Dragon to hand. And like I said previously, I don't mind have Galaxy Photon Dragon in hand. If I have him in hand and I find a way to loop him back, if I have enough extenders or whatever, then I don't need to search him off of number 90 during my opponent's turn. So it pays off in that area. Moving on more with the Photon, I did put Advancer back in just for the extenders. He's a really good extender. You don't need more than one, honestly, because this card is only good if you have a Photon on field. So yes, we are running Galaxy S Photon, but since we're running Matica too, you'd be surprised sometimes where you don't actually have a Photon on board to be able to put him on board. He comes up when he comes up, and he doesn't when he doesn't. Honestly, he's just a good extender, a light that you could pitch, and a level 4. But you don't need more than one. Moving on, just for the extender. One Guardian of Order. This card is the best extender in the entire deck, honestly, in my personal opinion. You control 2 lights, special summon. It helps you play through hand traps. So if you have you activate a Sanctuary, you can just special this straight out. This is a level 8, trade in target 2, a light, pitch it. Level 8 for your rank 8 plays. I can't say enough for this card. I'll never probably take this card out of my deck. My Galaxy House deck. Depending on the way the formats go and stuff. Now moving on to the Dogmatika. We got 2 Ecclesia and 1 Fleur. That's literally it. I cut Punishment out. I have run it in the side. Reason being is because with the format changing and everything, hand traps, I have to make room for hand traps, honestly, and it kind of sucks. But this is really all you need, because you don't want to be going second and you draw punishment and it's just a dead card, is where it could be a hand trap or whatever you may need to help be able to actually play Yu-Gi-Oh! But these are really good. On top of that, the punishment thing where it locks you out of your extra deck for 1 additional turn, is kind of crappy sometimes. Definitely if you don't have a fully established board or they semi-break your board, because if they semi-break your board, you can't really recover from that. Well, you can. You just have to be able to use the resources you have, which right now we don't have the access to really do that. But if the format changes again, then I'll probably put it back in the main. But right now I need room for hand traps and other things to be able to play second in the main. But that's it for the Dogmatika. That's literally it, except for the Nadirs, which we are running. On to the hand traps. Nib. We got 2 Nib. It's a light, and you can pitch it off a Galaxy Soldier. And it's just Nib. It's combo. It's for combos. I did put this one back in, Gamma, because it's most versatile going second. It hits and does what he needs to do, and on top of that, I'm actually terrified of Virtual World, so I want to deal with them as and try to still be able to actually play. But three Gamma 1 driver, and this is my own little secret spice of the deck, honestly. My friend Josh, who's on the channel too, which he hasn't made a video in a while, so some of you newer people probably don't remember him, but I advise you check out the channel, and he's the one that does the zombie profiles and stuff. But he bought me these cards last year for Christmas, and I thought they were pretty decent until I continuously kept reading it and I played with it a lot. This next card I'm about to show is really stupid. It's really good, and it goes perfect with the season and stuff that's going on right now. And I run 2 of them in the main, and I have 1 in the side, and that is Santa Claus. If you don't know this card, it's pretty much a kaiju. This version came out in the not this version, this is a Go, but they came out in the calendar last year, I believe it was, or the year before. It's really good. It's a kaiju. It's a light monster, so I can pitch it. And the best part about it, in my opinion, the reason why I run this over a kaiju is because, 1, it's smaller than a kaiju, so if I can't make a really big optimal board, I can easily get over this after I give it to my opponent. And the second reason is because whether this card is on the field or in your graveyard after, like, let's say you don't blow it up or your opponent links it away or whatever. More of the story is after you summon this to your opponent's side of the field, during the end phase, you can draw a card. So it's draw power on top of getting rid of stuff. So let's say you summon this to your opponent and you pop it and you don't manage to OTK for some odd reason. Well, when you proceed to end phase, you draw a card. Or you give it to your opponent and they link it away or tribute over it or whatever. Either way, during that end phase, your opponent's end phase, you'll draw a card and then you'll end up getting another draw for your draw phase or whatever. So it gets rid of a problematic card for us. It's a light monster, which helps out with the rest of the deck, and you get to draw. It's really good. It's really good. The only thing that would possibly make it better is the fact if it was a level 8, but it's not, as a level 6. But other than that, I'm not going to get too picky here. But that is it for the hand traps. On to the spells. The goo and the best starter of the deck, Photon Sanctuary. This card is just nuts. It is the best extender in the deck. It is the best starter in the deck. It is not a hard once per turn. It is a 1-card Soul Flare. It's a 1-card Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon on a special summon. It's a 1-card Union Carrier. This is the best starter and the extender in the deck. When they hand trap you to death, this card says no to the hand trap and you play through it anyways. It doesn't matter. 3 Photon Sanctuary. Then we got 3 Nadir. Nadir is Nadir. Then we got 2 trade-in. I was running 3 in a couple of builds ago, but if you watch my last build, I explained why I should bump this down to 2. Is literally, myself personally, every time I use trade-in, guess what I drew? I drew another trade-in, and it was very toxic and very annoying, so I dropped it to 2. And then last for the one-ofs, 1 Expedition, 1 Photon, 1 Galaxy Trance. Expedition, you don't need more than 1 in this build. Even in the pure build, you don't need more than 2 anyways. More than 2 is just bricky and you're just asking to brick. Galaxy Trance is really good. You don't need more than 1. Because reason why is same with Expedition, same with Trance. If you use it and you need it, you can literally just use Cleric to shuffle it back and draw and potentially draw into it or whatever. But yeah, Galaxy Trance. Another reason why we only run 1 of this is because this locks you into Galaxy and Photon monsters the turn you activate it or whatever, which means you can't use your Dogmatika cards, which kind of sucks. But that is it for the spells, and that is it for the main deck. It is a clean 40, guys and girls. Moving on to the extra deck. The extra deck has changed quite a bit, honestly. The extra deck could probably still change, and when it does, I can, if you guys would like, I can do an updated profile on it if you want. By the way, if you guys would like to see a combo tutorial on things, I would be more than happy to do that for you guys. Just let me know in the comment section, or in the Discord if you're part of the Discord. But let's get on to the extra deck. The extra deck is, like I said, it's a little bit different. We are running 2 Soul Flare. You only need 2. Even in a pure, very rarely do you ever need 3. It just depends on what you played, where the third one to come up. Sometimes I'm not going to lie though, sometimes the third one has come up even with my current build. It's just, it's the situation where it comes up is fewer than the times where it doesn't or whatever. If that makes sense. 2 Soul Flare. This is the main card of your extra deck, honestly. You go into this more than you go into anything. This loops your stuff back from the graveyard, adds it back to your hand from your graveyard. It keeps you in the game, pops a card on your opponent's turn. I really wish you popped a card on your opponent's turn and your turn. That would be really nice, honestly. And then the new spice that I added to the deck, because sometimes if you get hand trapped and you don't have an optimal hand to where you can continue, you don't have enough extenders and you can't keep playing, this card is really nice. Definitely considering Gamma's the most played hand trap right now, because it destroys and negates, gives you bodies, and pretty much all the other reasons, that this card can become an offensive card if they gamma you, and that card is Lambda. I decided to put Lambda in here because if they hand trap you and you have a gamma in hand and you can find your way into Lambda, I've played situations where I ended on Soul Flare and then Lambda underneath it, and then I had a Galaxy S Photon in hand, and then I had a gamma in hand too. So just off of that right there, I had a negate and a pop. So even though I didn't end on the optimal board that I wanted to, I still ended on some type of interruption of some sort because of hand traps. Lambda is really good. It has shown its value in this deck, at least for me it has. Depending on how the format goes will determine whether I'd keep her in there or not, but right now she's actually doing wonders for me. Last link is the one Union Carrier. We're not doing no degenerate Buster Lock, obviously. We're just using it to help us with our consistency. Honestly, what I think the greatest thing this card's for, honestly, is helping with consistency for any deck. And then the best, honestly, the best 2XCs in the deck probably is Photon Lord. This is what your Soul Flare and Photon Lord is what you're going to pretty much end on every time. Even you'll just keep looping it, looping it, looping it, looping it. I can't say enough. This card searches a card on your opponent's turn to add to your hand. It refills itself with materials. This card's going to be even more busted when Afterglow comes out next month, which I cannot wait, guys. I can't wait. Smash the like button if you're ready for Afterglow, because I know I am. Moving on, Galaxy S Cypher Dragon. A lot of people don't play this card anymore, and I've honestly thought about cutting it. But let me tell you the reason why I say that I think you should play this card. I have multiple reasons. The first reason is, one, it's a great utility card. Two, you never know when you're going to need to actually steal something. Yes, you can make the argument that a lot of cards nowadays can't be targeted. But with that being said, there is situations where you still want to steal a card. And my fourth reason or whatever is because if you steal an XYZ, and like I said, the XYZ format I feel like is coming with all the other decks like Paleo, Zodiac, Raid Raptors getting a boost, Phantom Knights getting a boost, and they can run that Phantom Knights card. Burning Abyss just got all their stuff back except for Beatrice being still at 1. So XCs have a chance to do stuff and plus other decks that I may have forgotten. So if you steal an XYZ with Cypher, then you can just go into your another Galaxy Eyes XYZ. So you can steal this, keep this, and then overlay their monster into another one of your monsters, and then just continue to pop stuff. So this card is its value in the extra deck, in my opinion, is going to go up tremendously soon if the format shifts in the direction that I think it's going to. And then Cypher Blade and Full Armor. Full Armor is my favorite extra deck. Galaxy Eyes. His artwork is just beautiful. I wish it came in an ultimate form, but I highly doubt that'll ever happen. And then probably the best card that I honestly use for OTKing right now, and will definitely be the OTK card when we get access to Afterglow, and that is number 62, Prime himself. Prime is just glorious. He is disgusting. He can get really big. Just make sure you keep Photon Dragon equipped to him, or hit whatever damage he does is half. Number 62 is just I just can't say enough. The card is just nasty. Hey, he's huge by himself, and then when you spam XYZs on the board, he just gets so big, it's insane. And then the best card for protection, this card is nasty, but then again, I'll probably say that about every card in the extra deck and every card in the deck because I love this deck. Starliege Photon Blast Dragon. Blast, when he's on the field, mainly you want to put him in defensive position. When he's on the field, makes it to where your monsters with 2,000 or more attack, cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. So what you end up most of the time doing is making this an equip orbital to him, so he can't be destroyed by battle or by card effects when Orbital's equipped to him. I had that loop sometime last week at locals, and I made a big oof moment, and I had number 92, and I number 90 also, and I was playing against Evil Eye Draco, and it was like I had him in that loop for a while, and then I overlaid number 90 into full armor, and then he ended up popping the Orbital, and ended up popping him. So, but that's a tough matchup for me because he had that deck that my friend Eric plays is actually really good, really solid. I have a lot of respect for that deck. But then moving on to the next one, this card is disgusting. I can. It's not hard to get into. It's really easy to get into with this deck. It's just what's crazy enough, and I don't really need it. It's only go into it when it's like my last resort to breaking my opponent's board, and that is Divine Arsenal AA Zeus, new card that came out in Phantom Rage. This card is nasty. Granted, we can't spam the board with it like Zoo can, like Zodiac, but this is probably the best utility card in the extra deck by far, because when we need it, we need it. Like if you make number 90 or you make full armor and you attack, or you make number 62 and you can't kill them with 62, you attack with 62 over whatever, do the damage, and then overlay this, go to main phase 2, detach 2 materials, and just break their entire board, which it does break yours too. But what's crazy is you can just keep stacking materials if you wanted to. Like you can go into number 90 and then put full armor, pop, and then attack with full armor, and then overlay this on top of full armor, and you'll have you'll have 3 materials. And then we have the Nova and the Infinity. One thing I will say is I'm not running it because at my locals and where I'm currently playing, I'm the only one, shockingly, that actually plays Dogmatika. So this last card I play Ints or Intis, or however you want to pronounce it. I pronounce it Intis. But you could swap out whatever in the extra deck you seem to be a little bit not necessary, like Lambda, for an example, if you didn't want to run Lambda, and you could play a second Ints, or you could play Macabre if Dogmatika is pretty relevant at your locals or wherever you play. If I was to take out anything, honestly, and you were wanting to make room for another Intis, which Lambda used to actually be another Intis. If you didn't want to run Intis, you could run that fossil card or whatever. I can't remember its name. The one where it's sent and it gets pop card 2. If you don't want to run 2 of Intis because her effect is a hard one to turn, the pop effect. Or you could run a Macabre if you wanted to, and because your locals is pretty Dogmatika heavy, and they run the Maximus build, to where you could literally send Intis and you could send Nova, and then use Intis to pop, and then use Nova to special a free Macabre, which is a light monster for you, and you would have a free negate, honestly. So that's one thing too to keep in mind. I was wanting to tell you guys, for the ones who actually have a high representation of Dogmatika at your locals or wherever you play. But that is actually it for the deck, guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. I really like this build. There's nothing I can honestly say I would actually change at the moment, unless we had access to Afterglow. That stuff's the only stuff that I would actually change, and was find a way to slide him in there. And depending on how the format changes, honestly, is depending on if I do another deck profile on this. If I change stuff, a couple of stuff significantly, then I probably will make another profile on this before Afterglow comes out, because last time I said I wasn't going to profile it before it come out, I end up doing it anyways because the way the format shifts. But this is actually what I'm sticking to for the moment. I love this deck. Even if I lose with it, if I play with this deck, I know I had fun, and that's all that matters. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comment section how you feel about it, or what's the next videos you want to see. I know the deck profiles and the videos and stuff kind of been repetitive, but that's mainly because I've only been playing a couple of decks, two decks really, back and forth. So I'm kind of giving you the videos on that. If you guys would like me to make a different deck profile, I'll see what I can do. Or if you guys would like to see, like, have me set up a table and just have a table where at my locals where people can play at, so you have a variety of videos, or I can tell you what the guys are gonna probably be playing at the locals that night, and you all can pick in the Discord what y'all would want to see. Just a little bit of communication, whatever y'all guys want to see, or just let me know. But with that being said, guys, don't forget to hit the like button. Check out the description for the PayPal and the Discord if you want to become closer to the DDD fam. Comment, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video. And you guys have a wonderful day, night, whenever you're watching this. Trip out. Peace.